started, I'm just going to sort that. I need a breeze on me. Okay, spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in this third week of July 2025 with regards to what they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Pisces is feeling first of all, please. Right, we've got the 5 of Pentacles upright, the 9 of Swords reversed, and the 9 of Pentacles reversed. I think there's worries about money here and being financially independent. You're definitely feeling a state of lack, investment of time, money and energy. This is about being abundant by yourself. If the 9 of Pentacles was upright, I'd say that you feel like you've got enough to stand on your own 2 feet and you don't need anyone else. Okay, but because that's reversed, I do think it's more about money than love. It's a sense of like, I don't feel like I've got enough, you know, to stand on my own 2 feet, or like I need to cooperate with someone else because I won't have enough, you know, like for what it is that I want to achieve, like solo. And I think you're trying to like drop the anxiety about it, but it's kind of the reality, isn't it? Like that's the reality. The 2 of Pentacles, so looking for balance, looking for duality, unity, reciprocity. It's the juggler, okay? So it's constantly trying to prioritize one or the other. Capricorn energy. You may find it difficult to deal with your different priorities, different responsibilities, or you may be looking for someone that's going to give you equal give and take. Okay, we've got the Knight of Cups reversed and the 3 of Wands reversed. So you're kind of keeping yourself stuck here. You're not taking action when it comes to professing your love to someone, or, you know, pursuing romance, dating with a view to falling in love. Of course, the 3 of Wands is taking action. It's when you've decided, you know, what you plan on doing, it's then going and doing it. If you want to go towards someone and express your feelings, you know, if you want to charm someone, you ought to go and do it, but you're not. Is it because money's an issue, or you just feel overwhelmed? Let's see who's showing up for you. If it's someone you're dealing with, someone that's on your mind, or someone that you're manifesting in. It's your major arcana, Pisces, the moon. Okay, so they're aware that even in the dark, they must walk forwards anyway. They mustn't let fear take over. So they're using their insight, their desire to transform. They must walk through the gates anyway, even if it's scary, even if there's some stuff that's not known. They could be a Pisces, they could be a Scorpio. Let's get the moon card because it's a major arcana. Right, Pisces is fish in Latin. After the gods of Mount Olympus defeated the Titans and the giants in the War of the Titans, the earth goddess Gaia became angry. She said Tartarus release a monster. She and Tartarus release a monster called Typhon to attack the gods of Mount Olympus. Typhon was depicted with wings, a man's torso, and coiled serpents instead of legs. Well, I've not read this one before. Typhon had 100 serpents' heads instead of fingers. Now I have. That's not something you forget. A tangled beard, pointed ears, and flaming eyes. Trying to escape, Aphrodite, the goddess of love, and her son Eros took cover in the reeds on the banks of the Euphrates River. But when the wind stirred the vegetation, Aphrodite was afraid. Holding Eros on her lap, she called the nymphs for help and jumped into the river. One version of the story, the two turned into fish. In another version, two fish called Aphrodite and Eros safely on their backs. Two fish carried Aphrodite and Eros safely on their backs. Typhon was conquered and sent back by Zeus to the underworld. Pisces is creative, sensitive, and imaginative, ruled by the planet Neptune, the god of the sea. Like the moon card, Pisces is connected with intuition, dreams, and the subconscious, making it difficult to see the real world. Like Aphrodite, use your instincts to act and it will help you navigate better. Yeah, so there's some sort of the fool realizes that he must walk forwards anyway in the story of the major arcana, but sometimes there is of course, there's a certain amount of fear of the unknown, but it's about moving into the next chapter because it's necessary. If we're held back by fear, then we could be afraid of something that's not even a problem. Like your first day at work and you get really nervous. You go, and by the end of the day, you're like, well, that was silly. Why did I get myself so tangled up? It wasn't even that bad. Right, so we've got the Seven of Cups reversed. So I do think fear is causing this person to stagnate. They're struggling to work with a blank canvas and see what it is that they want. They've got a lack of inspiration. They need inspo. The Queen of Wands reversed. Yeah, someone's lackluster. They just have got no energy at the moment. The Queen of Wands, when she's upright, is Sagittarian energy. It's Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This can be like the third party, the person who's seductive, confident, almost vain, There's a really good story about Cassiopeia. A Queen of Wands isn't always a third party card. It's just someone who's very goal orientated. They're ambitious. They get what they want. They make shit happen. Solar plexus activated, very confident, very assertive, seductive, quite cheeky. See, this poor person, whoever this is, they're really struggling to like feel that way, you know? They're just so lackluster, deflated, uninspired. Thanks for the likes. I don't do personal questions in lives. You pay for a personal reading and I'll do 20 minutes for you for £18. Or you follow the narrative by watching the collective reading for each zodiac sign. Okay, so you can watch your sign or the sign of your person. If you follow the narrative of what's going on with someone long term, you'll kind of know whether you're going to end up with them or not. Four of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so someone is not conserving wealth. They could be a shopaholic. They could be spending a lot at the moment or have a lot of outgoings. The Empress reversed and the Knight of Pentacles. What is going on? Someone's in like the vibe of chasing when what they should be doing is attracting. If you turn that round, the Empress should be sat attracting. Look, I'll tell you the story of the Empress. It's actually, this is a bit freaky now because it's related to Cassiopeia, the Queen of Wands. They're related. Andromeda is the daughter of this queen. Right, so Andromeda in Greek mythology was an Ethiopian princess known for her beauty. Daughter of King Cepheus and vain Queen Cassiopeia. Okay, that's her daughter. That's the mother, that's the daughter. One day, Cassiopeia claimed that Andromeda was more beautiful than the Nereids, a group of sea nymphs. Poseidon sent a sea monster, Cetus, to destroy the coast of Cepheus' land as punishment for his wife's arrogance. Desperate, the king sought advice from the oracle of Ammon, who told him to sacrifice his daughter to save his land. Andromeda was then chained to a rock and left to the monster. Perseus was passing by and saw her. He saved her by defeating Cetus with his magical sword. The two lived happily married and had 7 children. Perseus cared for Andromeda and gave her a joyful and prosperous life filled with love. The Empress represents giving and receiving care from others and having an abundant life. Okay, so when the Empress is in her true self, she's a mother, she's abundant, she's fertile, she's nurturing, she's creative, she's natural, she's sensual. Okay, so this is the card of Taurus and Libra. They're both ruled by Venus, the goddess of love. This is someone that should not be chasing people, not at all. When it's reversed, there's creative blocks, insecurities, negligence, no growth, infertile, disconnected from nature, smothering. Okay, so if an empress is running after you, there's something wrong, isn't there? You know, like, you should be admiring her and going towards her. So it's unattractive. Not unattractive in that, like, female empowerment and all that is unattractive, but when the empress knows her worth, she isn't trying to, like, force anything. She isn't trying to make anyone be with her. She's just being herself, and then someone who's worthy of her will come along. Okay, it's like her job to realize, you know, that she's not supposed to run after people. If people are running away from you, then, you know, they've got issues. So someone's feeling really, you know, not good about themselves at the moment. Lack of value, lack of self-worth. They were together, weren't they? See, let's get another one. Hi, welcome in. The Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a soulmate card, okay? So it's feelings of nostalgia. It can be that you feel like you've always known someone, even when you've never met them before, because you agreed to a soul contract in a previous life, okay? So you do know each other, but not in this life. Does that make sense? That's upright. In the outcome, we've got a soulmate, like a soulmate card in the outcome. How's that going to be? You're looking for duality, but you've been put off and you're not going towards anyone right now. They're scared, they're put off, they're not going towards anyone right now. And then we have a soulmate union in the outcome. Now, reunion doesn't always mean it's an ex. It can mean like you're reunited with someone who you agreed to have a contract with in the 5D. So technically it's the first time you met them. However, you met before, maybe didn't complete a contract together in a previous life. So it needs to happen in this life. So I think you're manifesting this person in. They could be a Taurus, they could be a Libra, they could have Pisces in their chart, or they could have none of those. Let's clarify what's been going on with them, because you know why you feel the way that you feel. Why are they fearful? Why are they, like, having creative blocks? Why don't they know what they want? Okay, so they've been dealing with people who are all talk, Billy bullshitters. Okay. Silver-tongued devils, big flirts, no action, players. No wonder they don't trust their own judgment anymore. No wonder they're afraid. They're getting hurt all the time. The problem with the Empress is she's very much like about beauty. So if someone's good looking, she might go for that. And people who are very good looking aren't usually very nice. Not always the case, but it doesn't tend to do people any favours. When they're good looking, they tend to abuse that, don't they? Playful innocence, embrace a childish spirit, where baby steps lead to joy, not seriousness. Okay, so they need to just calm down with, like, the major goals and start off with, you know, if you date someone, you never got to see them again. You haven't got to do anything. You don't owe anyone anything. You don't have to do anything with anyone. You know, you can just try to enjoy the interaction and, like, it doesn't have to go anywhere, and you don't have to be physical with them, you don't have to see them again, you don't have to go on any more dates. But if you just take the pressure off and stop thinking about the end outcome, it doesn't, it just, the stakes are raised, aren't they, when you keep jumping to like marriage and kids and stuff like that. And like, this person could do with, just enjoying like being wined and dined, I think. Just exploring romance, like to enjoy being around someone else. They need to take baby steps. It helps, it really helps not to be physical with someone straight away as well. Like, expectations need to be high. That'll see off all the jerks. And at least if someone turns out to be like losing interest after they slept with you, at least like you got some paid for dates out of them first. Like, it's not as like inglorious, is it? Recording, announcing, expressing, revealing truth. Ooh, yeah, they found out things about other people that they've, people just aren't like who they say they are, they're just full of shit. Trust your gut, it's rarely wrong. Perhaps they saw warning signs with people previously and just continued anyway, or perhaps like they're just so used to, it going like left field that they're giving up on fate and stuff like that. But they need to get in touch with their spirituality again, because everything happens for a reason. If you're sent a karmic lesson, then you learn your lesson, and hopefully you start to put up expectations, put up walls, make things more challenging for people, like have higher standards, like great expectations. People prefer to live up to them than not. So you can't really go wrong doing that. If you don't have any expectations, then everyone's a winner, aren't they? And it's just, there's no filter then for the jerks. Yeah, they need to reconnect with the divine, reconnect. They need to trust themselves and trust the divine plan. Your intuition is rarely wrong. If you got a weird feeling about something, if it's not right in your gut, don't do it. Stop it, don't do it again. Like, if you don't know why, but you feel like this is just right, then, then you're just doing what you think is best at the time. So you need to be hard on yourself. Problem is, it does a lot of damage afterwards. You feel like a fool, don't you, afterwards, and then you're just scared. But they need to take baby steps and get back out there. Let's get you some advice then, Pisces. Intuition. Okay, it's a theme here. Deep intuition, third eye. Okay, what is your body telling you? What is your gut telling you? It's not about rationalizing things or intellectualizing things, and it's not about what society wants. It's about your gut. Are you feeling like something isn't safe? Are you feeling like something is exciting but wrong? Are you feeling like someone is showing you all the right signs and you can probably be safe around this person, that they'll probably take care of you? Are they running around to get the car and bring it to you? Are they keeping the engine running because they're not expecting a kiss? Like, are they prepared to get you from your parents' house to meet your parents? And like, You know, if someone's doing things and saying, "Oh, I'll just meet you there," that's not looking after you, is it? That's not taking care of someone. That's not respecting the time that you're giving them. They asked to spend time with you, so they should take care of you while you're out. Otherwise, what the hell is that? Or you can just turn up and I'll just look through the window and decide if I like you or not. What? Like, no, I don't need to do that, thank you. You know, there's proof in the pudding, and then there's your intuition telling you, like, I'm not getting the right signs off this person, then I'm just not doing things that I'm happy with. Like, no, you know, big fat no. Normally, your intuition is rarely wrong. It's just that we ignore it because we want the relationship. We ignore it because this works for us right now or whatever. But there ain't no smoke without fire, and you will get your fingers burnt dancing with the devil. Like, essential oil of jasmine. Very, very nice. Jasmine smells lovely. Really nice in the diffuser, really nice in perfumes, in creams. It attracts desire and spiritual love. That's really nice. Look at this. Intuition, spiritual love. Look, Six of Cups is in the outcome, okay? So you two are going to meet at some point. I don't believe that you know each other. Let's get a timing. I think you're two hopeless individuals that are going to find each other, and it's just all going to make sense. You know what I mean? It's all going to make sense. Within 3 months, beautiful. Within 3 months, okay? That's in the outcome. A soul tie, soul union, really healthy, really like lovely memories being made for many years. Right, take care. I hope this resonates. I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel. Wait, I haven't given you a positive affirmation. I knew there was something. Okay, I am surrounded by beauty, love, and abundance. I am surrounded by beauty, love, and abundance. Okay, that's something you can say to yourself, something positive. And, you know, it'll raise your vibrations, get that jasmine out as well. All right, take care, and I'll see you in the next one, Pisces.